Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to complete lesson 1.01. First of all, if you see a red number above emails, please check your email. Next, we're going to go over to lessons and click on it, and then click on module 1 reconstruction. Now click on 1.01. If you look, you can see that there's actually a place you can preview the assignment, but we're going to go ahead and scroll through until the end. It can be a little confusing because the numbers will actually stop on 7 of 7 and the assignment's going to be the page after. Now you're going to notice there's a part 1 and there's also a part 2. We're going to start with part 1. If you scroll down below the interactive map here, you're going to see there are 3 problems that we have to use the interactive map for. Right now, if you look at the map, you're on part 1 of 3. The next thing you're going to do is scroll down in the map and click Begin. Now, as you can see, I zoomed in here. You can see the total miles there. You're going to click on one of the red dots. It's going to tell you it's 5 3/4 inches. So you're going to take that number and multiply it by the scale. I'm telling you right now the scale is different for each map. So click the arrow in the upper right-hand corner. Now you're going to do problem 2. Again, you're going to zoom in on the scale, or at least take a close look. After you click on the dot, you'll see it's 5.125 inches. You're going to multiply the 5.125 inches times 273.2 miles. That's going to give you your answer. It's that simple. It's a little confusing with this map, and I've had a lot of students struggle with it. All right, now we're going to go to the third interactive map. We have our 2 red dots. We see it's 279 miles. We click on one of the dots. Again, it's 5.125 inches. Multiply that by the miles, and you're going to get your answer for that. All right, so now, once we have part 1 finished, we're going to want to go ahead and click on part 2. Part 2 is going to ask you where you live in relation to the country, the state, however you decide to interpret it based on the directions it gives you. If you get confused at all, there's a great example here. It's really laid out about someone living in Crystal River. All right, so you can close the example. You can start working on that. Now you have a couple options. You can do this in a Word document. There is a grading rubric here in case you want it. You can do it in a Word document. A lot of my students like to do things in Google Docs and then convert it to a PDF. Now you can also go into assessments and click on 1.01 and you can start typing answers. Say you wrote them down on a piece of paper. You can start typing answers into the student box here. All right, it'll say student comments. The other thing you can do, and I've actually seen a lot of students do this in my class, and I have no problem with it. I actually think it looks a lot better than just typing in answers, but you're not going to get marked down if you just type down the total number of miles for 1, 2, and 3. But I have seen some students go back to the lessons and then get back into the assignment, and what they'll do is they'll actually copy and paste the questions. Okay, so you can copy and paste the questions here. So I copy and paste. With me, I'm using a Mac, so it's Command-C to copy. For most of you, it's going to be Control-C, all right, if you're using a PC. Then go back into the assessment, go to student comments, and paste it. All right, for me, it's Command-V. For most of you, it will be Control-V. Or just go up to Edit and paste. All right, now I got to play around a little bit with this to get the numbers that, set up the way I want to. I'm the type of person who, when I'm doing work, it really bugs me if it's like not all lined up, that type of thing. Again, I'm not going to mark you down for it. I'm just saying when I do work, I like to make sure I have it all lined up and it looks what I call cleaner. Looks better. When you get into college, things like that, you're going to want to make sure. And certain teachers, even in high school, are going to expect you to have everything lined up perfectly. All right, now I'm going to start typing where I live. I live in a town called Mascot. And then I would start following the directions to put, a little more details in here. Make sure it's a good solid paragraph. All right, so hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, email me or text me. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is where you can upload a file. All right, as I said before, if you want to create something in Word or in Google Docs or some type of program, some people put it in just a text file. However, if all your work is in the student comments box, then all you need to do when you're finished is click Submit for Grading, or if you decide you can save it for later, but otherwise click Submit for Grading and you can send it in that way. The one advantage I will say of people doing it in Docs is if something happens while you're working in the student comments box and somehow it logs you out or anything glitches, you lose all your work. If you're doing it through Google Docs, that's an automatic backup. So once you're ready, you submit the work and it gets turned in to me and I grade it and send it back. Hope this helps.